Ever wonder what really happens after you file a workers' comp claim? You're injured, you're out of work, and suddenly your financial future rests in the hands of a stranger. This video pulls back the curtain on claims adjuster's desk, revealing how they evaluate your case and what you need to know to navigate this critical process. Let's get started. My name is Carmen, your host here at Work Comp Talk. If you haven't yet followed us or subscribed, make sure you do so now. That way you get updates every time we upload new content. This podcast is also sponsored by Pacific Workers, the lawyers for injured workers, Northern California's best workers' comp attorneys. If you have yet to seek legal help, you might want to check them out at pacificworkers.com. You can also scroll down below on the description and find that link for quick access. So let's empower you. Let's empower your claim. And let's build this toolkit that you're going to need to make your claim a successful one. Let's talk about documentation is king, because let's face it, essential records and communication for injured workers in a workers' compensation claim is one of your strongest defense and most powerful tools. Lack of clear records is one of the main reasons claims get delayed, denied, or misunderstood. So what do you need to document? One, medical records. Every visit, diagnosis, treatment plan, restrictions, referrals, prescriptions, you name it. You need to document. So go to the store, buy yourself a cool little notebook, use your notes on your phone, and make sure you get all the details and notes to every time you visit a doctor's. Not to mention receipts and expenses. Yes, save every receipt for medications, transportation to appointments, medical devices, etc. Believe it, even over-the-counter stuff, you need to save those receipts because you can then get a reimbursement later on. Next up is the official claim documents. Notices of the injury, your claim forms, which is your DWC-1, disability certifications, letters from the insurance companies. You need to keep that all in hand. Employer and adjuster communication. It's very important to keep continuing that communication with your employer, not to mention also the claims adjuster to your case, because that is how they know you are very involved. If you let them handle everything and let them call you and not really look into it, guess what? That's not going to look really good for you. So keep all emails, text messages, written correspondence. Always try to get something in writing so that way you have some sort of paper trail. Take notes of any phone conversations. That way you can keep in mind everything that you need to document for your injury. Now, here's a pro tip. Use a physical or digital folder to keep everything. If you can scan these documents and keep everything organized by date, it's going to save you a lot of times. And not to mention, another amazing tip, send confirmation emails after every important conversation. For example, hi, adjuster, I'm just following up on your call earlier today. I just want to confirm that you'll be submitting the request for my MRI this week. I don't know, take screenshots of any text or online portal messages and back up your documents regularly. If you're unsure about anything, request written clarification and never rely solely on a verbal information. You'll be surprised how many times people get told, I never said that. And then how do you actually prove that they said that? So paper trail is your best friend. Let's build a Rapport strategies for effective and productive communication with your adjuster, which is like the main person that helps you throughout if you don't have, obviously, a lawyer. So the claims adjuster is the person that essentially manages your case. And while they work for the insurance company, effective and respectful communication with them can greatly impact the progress of your claim. Hold back when you want to be mean, when you're upset, being rude, cussing. If you treat them as such, they're not going to give love to your case. So think about it twice, hold in that anger, and ask yourself, is it worth it? So let's build a good working relationship. Let's be professional. Always stay calm. Always say the truth. Be factual, courteous, even when things get frustrated, because trust me, they will get frustrated. And be prepared. Have your questions, documents, any requests you are trying to make, have them ready before you even reach out. Be very clear and be very specific. Avoid vague statements like, I haven't heard anything. Instead, say, I'm following up on the physical therapy request submitted on this date. Be consistent, however, not pushy. There's two big differences here. It's okay to check in every few days or weekly. Obviously, this keeps you up at night, and especially if it's something that you're still pending to hear back from, right? But setting boundaries is also very important. If the adjuster is asking for things that don't seem right, you can say, I'd like to review that request and get back to you. What to avoid? Emotional or hostile language, long, unclear messages, assuming the adjuster knows your full medical situation. So instead, keep a communication log. Note the date, the time, who you spoke to, what was said, what the next step is. And this is especially important if your adjuster changes during your case, which can happen as well. So there's amazing tips we're going to be giving along throughout this whole entire podcast. So I hope you stick around till the end. Again, I am going to share a lot of this through the descriptions. Maybe you can take some of these things and create like a template where you can ask these questions every single time. So long-term game, managing these expectations and obviously preparing for your workers' comp journey ahead is vital. So workers' comp claims are rarely quick or simple. Many injured workers get discouraged by how long things take or how unclear the process feels. So understanding the long game helps you stay mentally strong and legally protected. Here's what you can expect with some of these delays that are common. Things getting authorized, payments, responses can take days or even weeks. So be prepared emotionally and financially. Don't assume benefits are going to start right away, and get help early on if you're struggling through legal advice, your union support, your local worker groups that maybe your business or your company provides. And also, it's important for you to know that medical recovery does not equal a legal closure. You may still have symptoms when you're declared MMI, which is maximum medical improvement, and that can affect your future benefits. So learning your rights and knowing that every state has different rules, timelines, and protections, knowing your deadlines for appeals for IMEs, which are the independent medical exams, or the panel QME requests, qualified medical evaluations. If you don't know any of this, keep checking the podcast channel and you will learn about all of these subjects in different episodes. And again, long-term strategies to take your case timeline. Document all important evidence, events, approvals, denials, missed payments. Just whatever you do, don't go silent. Even if nothing is happening, regular check-ins for your case, so that way they know that you're not forgetting about the case or them. Know when it's time to get legal help. Oh, I can't stress this enough. If your benefits are being denied, delayed, or they're disputing, then that is when you need to reach out to a certified workers' comp attorney. Yes, someone that knows the process. So approach this process like a marathon, not a sprint. The more informed and organized and proactive you are, the better the outcome will be for your case. So once again, I hope this information was very useful for you. And if you have questions, go ahead and drop them down in the comments below. I will reach back out and try to guide you as well as I can. Again, this podcast is for all injured workers in the state of California. It's to help you educate you. It's to help you understand your rights. But most importantly, it's to let you know that you don't have to do this fight on your own. And if the insurance companies have defense attorneys, hint, hint, an attorney, then you should too. So think about it. And California has different contingency pricing, meaning this does not come out of your pocket if you're going to hire an attorney. And you don't pay unless you win, and the money comes from whatever you settle and take away from the insurance company. If you're a person that doesn't handle stress, that doesn't handle organization well, that you're just not trying to deal with the back and forth calling, or you're still working and you don't have time to be on the phone constantly with the claims adjuster, I highly suggest that you put a plan into place that is going to effectively allow you to be successful in your workers' comp claim. Once again, thank you for joining me. I will catch you on the next episode of Work Comp Talk.